Hey everyone, Broadbent here, and welcome to my modded survival Valheim series. In this series, I'll be using a wide variety of mods to add new content, quality of life features, and more to bring some life and fun back into Valheim. If you want to know what mods I'm using, the list is in the description. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like to support the channel. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode. So today is going to be another episode where we are working on the island. Now, it's not going to be for anything harbor or anything related like that. We're going to be working on farming. Now, I want to start actually making this island sort of have content. And I think the next thing that I want to do is making dedicated fields and having sort of like a farm section. I just realized I'm probably going to have to rebuild this episode. But I want to have this section right here, probably from like this point of the harbor, all the way across, sort of just dedicated to fields. I think that would look really, really nice. So, this may take some planning here, but I think the first thing to do is to chop down a bunch of trees. You know what? I'm going to let these wolves roam free, because they're pretty good guard dogs right now. So, you know, be free. If you see something, kill it. Okay, so I want to start planning the plots, because you don't even know what they're going to look like yet. So, each plot is going to be a 4x4. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a lot of noise. Thank you. That's so nice. I should just let these roam the entire island. The plot is going to look something like this. So, it's going to be 4 wide. Unfortunately, I don't have any flat terrain, but anyway, we're going to go with it. And then in the middle, there's going to be a pole that's going to have one of the automatic collectors, which is basically the item drawer, but it'll just collect things for me. So, luckily, I have built this facing exactly north. So, that gives me a little bit of freedom when it comes to starting this sort of farm. I think I want to have some space from the harbor before the farm starts. So we're going to go like, I think here looks good. So let's get the level right, and then we can level it off with the hoe. I think this is a good spot. I also fixed that mod bug, I want to call it that, where the hoe was like leveling to the wrong terrain. It was a problem with Valheim Plus. But that is, I think, pretty good. Alright, so as soon as I want to start giving you an update, the weather goes to rain. Look at that. This looks like a pretty decent starter. I'm just sort of like, I'm only doing one for now, so I can gauge what it's going to look like on the island. And I think I like it. This gap to the harbor, or the canal, is actually really nice. Because then I can have like a little hedge and then a path, and, you know, it can look really nice. Maybe a building? But yeah, anyhow, let's lay out the auto collector really quickly. So it's going to go like that, and then I'm going to build the drawer just on top like that. So that's the basics, and we're just going to repeat that over and over. So I just finished clearing up a little more of the trees. I've got a few left down on the end, but I think this is... I should have done that at the beginning. I don't know why I didn't. But I can now sort of picture what everything is going to look like here. So we're going to sort of offset these farms. Otherwise, it's going to look very plain. So if I was to do this, for example, and make this a farm in here, I think I want to avoid that look. It would just look very boring and plain. Much like an American city with the roads. No offense to the Americans. So, I think I'm going to go and offset it like this. So it's a little bit more irregular and sort of goes with the terrain a little bit. So if I just quickly do that, you can see that it kind of morphs with the terrain a little bit. It gives me a bit of space here and brings it out a little bit here. So I think I like that. I'm going to go with that, I think. Now the problem is when I come to sections like this, that is sort of raised terrain directly where I want the farm plot to be. Over here, I've got sort of an example of something that I might do. And it's sort of raised a little bit. Why are you there? So, in between here, I want to have paths. I want to make it look like this. And I'm not sure if this is the way to go. If I'm gonna raise it, I might not raise it that much. Oh, I love coming here just to farm everything. So nice. I'm gonna have to do this a lot if I want to get this farm up and running today as well. Okay, so I did not mean to pick them up. I'm gonna give you a quick update on the farm. So if I jump up here and hopefully not pick these up. This is currently what I have laid out. So each of these farms is budged 4 meters? Yep, 4 meters up north. And they're sort of offset. And I think it looks kind of nice. So I worked it out. In order for me to build a plot for everything, I'm pretty sure I would have to have 12 plots. So that would be, I would need 3 of these pretty much for the 12. Which isn't bad, but I can only have 1 out there. It's going to come in here. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to lay it out, I think, and then come back up here and check out what's what. Let's get the layout done. Let's focus on that. Okay, I'm getting to the point where this breeder is now definitely in the way, so we're going to relocate that to another place on the island. I'm thinking somewhere over near the cave as a more temporary, not going to move solution. In fact, honestly, part of me doesn't really want to build it back for now, because I don't want to have to build it twice, 3 times in total. I'm tempted to dismantle it for a little bit. So, I'm actually going to do the unthinkable and eliminate part of my concern here. Oops, the piggies are dead. Alright, there we go. This is done. I can now dismantle this thing and kill everything else in there. Or maybe let them go free. I might let them go free and have a little bit of a life before that time. And sadly, we're going to destroy this thing. Do I have enough? I think I do. Oh dear. Yep. It needs to be done. It was just the wrong place. Goodbye. I will rebuild you better in the future. Alright, let's get to it and build this next plot here. Hopefully this fog doesn't get in the way too much. It's kind of ugly. Damn, look at that fog. I see the layer of it. That's ugly. So, this is going to be quite expensive, but stone, honestly, this time around in the modded season is not exactly that hard to come by. So, I'm going to raise this up. I've decided to sort of plan more on along the decorative side as well while I'm doing it, because I want this to look nice, and, you know, sort of straight away. I don't want to just have an ugly dirt plot. So, I'm planning little gates and stairways like this. Now, keep in mind, this will be stone paths. So, in fact, honestly, it's going to look like that. Oops. That's going to take a little bit of jiggling around to get right. Am I? Oh my god. Spending stone that entire time. But that is about right. Nice little stone path here. You know, it looks okay. I think I like this. Obviously, the edges are going to take a little bit of tuning, but yeah, this is good. Okay, little progress update. I now have 7 plots down, and I've tried to do things as well as I can. I intentionally left the paths out, because that's something that I think I want to do, you know, on camera and show you guys. I mean, not the whole thing, because that would be ridiculous, but yeah, it's going to take a little while to get this right, because obviously inside here is going to be cultivated, and out here is going to be paths, so it's going to be a little tricky, but hopefully not too bad. So I think the paths down first, then cultivate the inside should be the way to go. These guys are okay. Just wanted to check on them. So this is looking pretty good. Obviously there's some tidying up to do here and there. We've got 4 here with a little staircase. I like the staircases going down. It's like a nice little detail. I was wondering how I was going to do that, but it's turned out quite well. It was a little worrying in my mind, but that's nice. I like this. So over here, there's this gigantic rock, which I really don't want to destroy. Looks like it's already been hit, unfortunately. Oof. I was going to put another plot here, but I guess I'm not going to. So, there we have it. Just finished up the final pod, and I've got to say, it's nice to get some sun on the ground in this place. The Black Forest, dude, it's so dull. I'm very, very happy that I've got a nice area with sun. I might even get rid of those trees just to make it a nice little round-off area. Anyhow, I think now Well, I'm going to finish off a few little bits and bobs here. But generally speaking, this place is done. So I think I've got every single section here. So, carrots, turnips, onions, blueberries, raspberries, thistles, dandelions, mushrooms, and then glow shrooms. I don't think I've missed anything. But even if I have, I can just add more sections. It's not really too hard right now, but yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm actually really happy with this. So, I'm going to finish up the brickwork here and make sure everything's fine. And obviously, you know, slopes like this, tidy them up, add staircases, and then we can start to lay down the paths, because I'd like to get that done. Let's get cracking. So, one cool little fact, things like these, I can use the cultivator and middle mouse click to destroy the spawner. So that stick will never spawn here again. Really nice little trick that I've been using around here. So, I think all the brickwork is done. I mean, there's a bit down there near the edge, but I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. But for the main section, I'm really happy with this. So, let's do the brick paths, or the cobble paths. So I'm just going to do this all the way down. For some reason, it's not doing it to a square. It's doing it to like a diamond shape. Mildly frustrating. But anyhow, let's get this down all the way through the paths. And this should look rather nice. Come on now. Come on. Okay, well, I think that's the most of the paths. I've got a little bit to do here, which I can barely see because of this fog. But that is looking pretty good. In fact, you know what? Let's even go down here. Just a touch. Yep. Okay. I mean, not quite, but it's good enough, I think. This is looking really good. So, next step is to cultivate the inside, which actually is a little easier because this doesn't require... And it's also squared off. You take a look at this. So if I push forwards a little bit, like that, it fits perfectly in the corners. Really nice. Look at that. So that's why I wanted to do the paths first, because then I can use the cultivator to trim off the edges. There we go. All done. That is pretty nice. And I can even go further in if I really want to, but a little risky. A little risky. Right, let's get to work and finish off the rest of the plots. So, I have been hard at work, and I kind of got carried away a little bit. I tend to do this from time to time. So, I decided to stop myself, and I'm excited to show you the results. So, here is the farm. I'm not sure exactly what to call this. I mean, it's, you know, it is a matching title. But there we go. That is pretty much everything here. Now I need to fill it. So, the paths, I've actually started to plan ahead a little bit. The plans are to add the Speedy Paths mod in probably next episode, so I can run faster on paths. So I think next episode I'm also going to get the new armor from the Snow Caves update. It makes you run faster, and I want to run super fast, so that would make this really nice. So yeah, I spent a good amount of time making this look semi-decent. So if you got any ideas to make this any better, let me know, but I think I'm pretty happy with it. The edges aren't, you know, I've not done anything with the edge. This is all planned to do. I did actually have a little raid, but I didn't get it on video, unfortunately. Right. Let's plant some crops. So, I did a bit of farming and got some fine wood as well. Let's get the drawers in. So these drawers are going to basically automatically scoop up the items that go on the ground. Like that. And it should be roughly centered. It's very tricky to get right, but that's adequate for now. And then if I just snap this one on top. So now what I can do is get the seeds and then put these in the bottom, and then I can put carrots in the top. So now if I have nothing in my inventory, no carrot seeds at least, and I go to plant them, I have access to them. Let's get these seeds down. So the idea is, if I snap the grid to right there, it's centered. And instead of using 25, it's used 20... Wait, it did use 25? Anyhow, let's ignore that. Sure, I waste one seed every time I do it. I'm fine with that. And then if I go to plant the rest, it should all line up perfectly in here. Yeah, that's pretty much everything there is to it. So each one of these is now its own plot. And I'm going to keep only the item in it. It's going to look really nice. Right, let's get this next one up and running. This is going to be turnips. I think later down the line, I'm going to move them to here. Because then I'll have turnips, carrots, and onions. I think, are the onions? Something else that isn't the vanilla game. 500. This should only use 24, but I guess it does plant that one in the middle, and then it just dies. Whatever. I don't care. Okay. There we go. There's a troll. That is really far away. Do you reckon I can hit that from here? Let's try it. Oh! No way! 300 actually allows me to build 60 plants, which is really good. Really good. Dandelions I don't have many of. Either way, let's begin, I think. So, I don't exactly know where to put these. I think I'm going to start here. It makes a lot of sense. This is so worrying. Anyway, let's just do it. I think this is right. I think I'm going to skip every other for now. I might plant them in there later on. But I'm just going to skip one. I think that makes sense. Space them out just a touch. Like this. There we go. And I'm out. That looks so sick. I'm not going to harvest them, even though I really want to. Because I want to see how much I've sort of planted. So let's do these next. 200, so I can't plant anywhere near as many. But I think that's okay. Let's give it a go. I think with these, because of the size, I kind of want to space them out far less. Like, I want to do this. But I think I'm going to go with this for now. It kind of just makes a little bit of sense. There we go. All I can afford. Damn. Alright, on to the next. The wolves are in the way. Let's skip to dandelions then. What even are these? Just normal mushrooms? That's fine. Why on earth can I not plant... Is that not... I guess it's not cultivated. I'm so confused. Why can those not go there? Perfect. You know what? All considered, that wasn't too hard. I'm happy with that. Honestly, I'm going to make a little start on resetting some of this terrain. Because it doesn't look like it's going to change too much. There we go. As if it never happened. The whole farm's just been deleted. Okay, I'm going to begin to plant the berry bushes. They've actually got a bit of a difference with all the others. With the snapping. Like, they sort of have their own grid. I don't get it. So, you've got to make sure that they align pretty well. But I think I have it. So, we're going to start just like every other. Over here, like that. And then skip. Ooh, do I do that? Or do I do that? I might do that. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it look good as well. So we're gonna skip a few here. Okay, and then the last little row for this section. A little close. Not gonna lie. A little close to the border, but it looks pretty good. There we have it. I have a few more, and then we've got the blueberry bushes to place. I built it wrong. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. Well, oh well. Alright, let's get these blueberry bushes down as well. There we go. Still got a few more as well. Jeez, I can plant 8 more? That's a full row. Looking good. I've got more blueberries. I'm actually quite surprised how many I have. But there we have it. All the farm is done to the extent that I can. And I love it. I think it looks really good. So we've got the bushes up here. Can have all the vanilla seeds down here. Why are you dead? There's something in the ground. I think there's a stone, actually. I'll have to dig that out. And then all down here, we've got dandelions, mushrooms. Yeah, this is really nice. I destroyed the tower because I actually died from falling off it. So I'm no longer on good terms with ladders in the game. Well, there we have it. That's everything for today. If you want to see more modded Valheim, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed today. this was a decent episode. I'm actually really, really happy with this. This was a good chunk of progress for the island. Something that, you know, yeah, you can see my death. Something that I needed to do was, you know, work on it. So I think it's looking really good. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.